I couldn't talk about why patients were coming in to see me as opposed to going to somebody else. I wasn't able to bring in any of those patients that had come to me to talk about why it was that they were coming in. And I wasn't able to bring in any experts that were talking about the COVID shot and the bioweapon and why it was that it was hurting people and the reasons why I had made the decision to do what it was that I had made,
Right.
because that wasn't considered part of it. And then on top of that,
This is
fraud
how they do
requires
it.
in fraud requires intent in our government. Okay. It is part of the fraud statute. And that's what they were charging me with. But I wasn't able to talk to them about what my intent was to do it because it was going to bring out all of those things. So, because I
Right.
wasn't able to talk about what my intent was, which was to save people's lives, which was to keep them from getting a bioweapon, which was to keep them from being poisoned and everything else, I was not, if I were have to get on the stand, I wasn't going to be able to talk about what my intent was. So I was basically just a sitting duck there in this court system because
Yeah.
all of that had been predetermined before I came to court.
And that's what
So
they do in the courts. They
the
tie
whole
up our
idea of
hands.
being right, the whole idea of being tried by your, a jury of your peers. Hey, a jury of my peers would have been to have, 12 doctors on that, on that jury,
Yep.
and 12 people that had some sort of idea of, hey, what it is that Dr. Moore is going through. What is it? But no, if there was a doctor, they were going to get excluded right off the get-go because they would have too much knowledge or they would have been biased in one way or another, either against me or for me. And so they weren't allowed to be on that jury. I wasn't allowed to
Right.
have any lawyers on that, jury. We had one lawyer who's a retired attorney, who was on there. But nobody that was currently practicing, nobody that was currently, we didn't have any nurses on the board. We didn't have, all of them are excluded for one reason or another. Again, it's just, the whole system
It's rigged
is
to
a fraud.
fail.
It is,